of leave per year, right? I'm taking 6 of it. The other ones, I've already sent request for the leave. One is in November, one is in January. I don't want to hear tomorrow that something came up. I've told you to see it, approve it. Put the email there, let me be seeing it. Because that November, whatever, you will not see me again. Because the truth is, you have to be intentional about it. Then, how are you feeding? Because these are simple things that we don't do. How's your food? Because do you eat properly? Do you plan your lunch from home? Like have proper food? Or do you just
Mm-hmm.
come to lunch?
I hear
It's
you.
not gospel to do, but Fanta or
Oh,
whatever.
brother.
Is that how is your feeding? All these things, do you know that your feeding pattern can actually add to your stress level? If you're not eating properly, the body is not getting enough nutrients. It's going to overeat you. So managing stress is first of all about being intentional. You have to be intentional about it. You have to put it in your mind. So that let me tell you. So, you know what I've realized over time? Maybe because of motivational acquire to personal and all that. You don't sleep. If you sleep 8 hours, you have slept 25 years of your life. Fantastic. Now, the average Nigerian don't even live more than 65 years based on statistics. So, 25 years when you don't accumulate 20 points and the truth about it, we have gotten to a point where we see our rest, we feel guilty for resting. We feel guilty. I'm in that place. I'm a very high functioning person. I like so most time I feel like, how okay, so you know you're sleeping, you're taking this pill, have you done that? But the truth is, you need to be first of all well. Everything that happens to you, it's your health first. If you're not healthy, those goals that you want to achieve, you can't achieve them. Or God forbid, to achieve them and somebody else is inheriting your property. You are no longer there. Because you were not able
Mm,
to manage the stress.
yeah.
We hear stories of high people that just stop about speaking or doing stuff. It's as a result of accumulated stress. Right? So we need to tone it down. So plan your rest. So planning. So you have 4 hours in a day. Plan your break. I take my break time very personally at work. I take it very personally. But the truth is, the problem is if when you are not on break, you're not functioning well, you're not doing well. Because if you're doing so well during the time when you're supposed to be working, nobody will have a problem with you taking 30 minutes to just reset. But you need that time. I know teachers, I've been a teacher, like I said, teaching for not by teaching. That break time that you want to start marking books that you're not marking. Or is that break time how you do an elective notes? You need to be conscious and intentional about taking your break. If you're doing work, you're doing mental work. What you are doing is mental. You're not just speaking to these children, you are doing research, you're doing mental work. It means that you are exhausting. I hope you know that mental work takes more energy than physical work. So you're doing that and taking a lot. So take out time, take a break. That break time and use it to walk around. Take 30 minutes, you know, take a quick nap. 10 minutes, because your body needs it. Because you are doing your body a favor, a huge favor. So we need to rest. Simple things that you can rest. Short time, enjoy family time. When you are not working on Friday and Saturday, shut down. I like technology. I like how I work. I like how technology has because the way my office because we work remote, everything we do is online. I've set my notifications so that once it's 7 p.m. I even give them grace for 7 p.m. right? Because I close by 5. Once 7 p.m. everything is smooth. I'm not aware what's going on in the office. Even if electric heaven is falling down. Next morning by 7 a.m. that the notification popped. I'm like, fire! Wow, there was fire. Yeah, 7 a.m. In the morning, I shut down intentionally because apart from being a person, I have a family. I can't use my work as an excuse for not having quality time with my family. It's all about balance. You need to balance it. Family time is important. If all you do is work and you're not family, by the way, there is actually a strong biological response that happens when you are spending time with family with your support system. It actually does well for your health. Does well for your health. So you need that family time. You need to spend time with family as well. You need to spend time to connect with people. How many of us here have friends? Friends, not colleagues at work. I mean, genuine friends that are supportive. Those are important tools that helps you to succeed as a person. So you never forget that because you are called a teacher, never forget that you're first of all a human being. A human being that has blood, a human being that can fall sick as well. Some people say even when they are sick, they can't even take that day off work to treat themselves. They will still come to the office. If you're like me that really have fever, I really have fever. You know, I may be sick and they will tell me that I have malaria and typhoid. But you already see me coming close and shivering. So I intentionally used to tell myself that today you are not feeling fine. Stay at home. All you do is sleep and watch TV. You have done well for your soul. If all you do is just sleep, you have done well. But that has to do with planning. Like I said before, managing stress has to do with planning. You have to plan ahead. Plan your rest. Plan it in a day after 24 hours. Plan in between time when you can take a break and sleep. Plan those times. I actually schedule it now. I schedule it in my calendar. There are days when you shut down and say today, me and my family we are going to go and eat smoke. Our teachers, they are working. When was the last time you went to a day? Something. Like some just go and wine your mouth. It's your money. Come on. You deserve it. Just work hard for it. Right? So create the balance. Create the balance. Sleep, exercise. Not exercising can actually lead to stress. You know that. So you need to exercise. Exercise is good for you. You don't have to go to the gym, right? You can skip. You still have the energy to do that. Skip. You can just take a walk, evening walk. Take a walk, but make sure you're exercising. Exercise. If, like I said, eat good food. The funny thing is that eating good food now, I know people say that food is expensive. I think it's cheaper to eat good food. It's cheaper now. Buy who is first now, but start from there. Okra, okra. Just something little. Make sure that you are eating healthy food. It's very important for your health as well. Take care of your health. Sleep, rest. Take time to, rest. And that procrastination you're doing, piling up things, it's going to stress you later. So when you have the time, plan your time, your schedule, have a schedule, plan your activities. I want to have my lesson notes. This is the time for marking my script. This is the time for do that. Planning is going to actually help you and save you a lot of stress. So plan. Simple things. So what do you do when you're already stressed? Maybe you're already experiencing burnout, right? Speak to someone about it. Get support. Get support. When I mean support now, apart from therapy is a very big support. I can help with therapy counseling, but you can talk to people. Get support. Sometimes our cause of our stress might be that you're trying to do it all on your own. That problem that is so overwhelming. There's somebody out there that knows how to do it. Reach out. As teachers, I hope we have network of people around us that can support us in what we are doing. When you're not sure of something, get help. Getting help is actually very important and it can actually help you ease your stress. Then prioritize. You know this. I don't know for those of us that have read this seven seven behavior of highly effective people. You know where you classify what some tasks are urgent, but they are not important. Some are urgent and important. Some are important, but they are not urgent. Some are not important and not urgent. See, it's those not important and not urgent. Just trash them separately. Go to China, eh? Go to China. Go and import no. Say no, everybody. No. Say what? No. Say no. Import that no. And just be giving everybody like say no, set boundaries. Boundaries at work. You need to learn to set boundaries because most of us, the reason why we're stressed is because we don't know how to set boundaries. But you need to set boundaries. You are working and you're busy and somebody just come. I know I've been a teacher, so I can relate. One teacher will go, my sister, sorry, please, I'm busy. Say say no because those little monkeys, those are little monkeys that come and steal your 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and 30 minutes. And before you know, you have a lot of work to do that has piled up, and you're not, then you are now overwhelmed because you are unable to manage your time. Please, can you help me? And just quickly help me do this. I'm busy. Please, can you wait? Or please, sorry, it's not a good time. Mrs. Ura, sorry, this is not a good time. We need to learn to set boundaries. Setting boundaries is going to save you a lot. There are some things that are not, you don't have any business. Then other things, there are some things that you need to delegate. Don't kill yourself. The truth is, if you're doing it all alone, you will burn out. But you know that if you teach other people to do what you are doing, I think that some of us is just because of our pride and our ego. We want to be the superstar. So because of that, we have the knowledge. We want everybody to come to us for the knowledge. And yet we are dying because we are burning out. Let other people learn how to do it. Someone come, hey, Miss Dora, can you help me to? I do this for you the first time. You come back again, say, come, let me teach you how to do this. See this thing. Press save. Do you need to record it for you? Do this, do this. That's how you do it. But it's doing this, I say, I sit down beside me. Every doing it too. And doing your own. Like, the person is say, I don't go. Okay. Can you do it now? That way, you have not only you have not only helped yourself, you have helped another person. And when you want to take a break, it's going to come in handy. Because when you want to go and they say, I mean, so you can't go, you say, please, I'll go, oh, what I've taught this. So Mr. This, he knows how to do it. Just call him, he will handle that for you. You save yourself from stress. So delegate tasks, pour into people, teach people those things that you're doing that are overwhelming. Let other people know how to do them. So that in your absence, somebody else can be there to do them for you. Right? So what have I said? Planning, delegate, right? Point to someone. I talked about sleep earlier. That's planning your rest, right? So these are basic things. And like I said, create support, get people around you that can do it. Build your support system. No man is an island. And I love how, in the professional space right now, collaboration is a big deal. Collaborate with people, work with people. Gone are those days when everybody wants to do it on their own. I'm a psychologist. I have a team of many psychologists. I've told you now how I don't like working with children, but I get a lot of people call me and say, "Oh, Miss Gloria, we have a child. I know what to do. Right? I know exactly what to do. But I cannot kill myself. I cannot Messiah. I cannot save everybody. So it's a simple thing. Oh, I have a colleague who can do this, and the person is very good. And then I'll send that contact. Please contact this person. Oh, I have a lot of clients on my table, and I know that I can't take in more clients. It's as simple as, okay, I can't take this at the moment, but I'm going to refer you to somebody. But that's your network. You have to create a network of people that can support it for you. Don't do everything by yourself, right? Let's work together. No man is an island. I want us to do a very short exercise before we go. I want us to take deep breaths because that's the first thing to do when you're overwhelmed, when you're stressed. Take a deep breath. You always have your breath with you. Yes, that's what you're doing. Teacher, people are owing us our primary school, secondary school, and all our school fees. People talk us down their breathing like, okay, that's the wrong way to breathe. We're going to breathe in the right way. I'm going to teach us how to breathe the right way so that we can get enough oxygen in, right? So the reason why your breath is good is because you always have your breath with you, and your breath tells you to. So for those who teach biology, I don't know if our biologists here. Some of us in science might know ANS. Yeah, we have our parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, right? And when there is trouble or when we're in flight or flight, our body is saying that there's trouble, right? There's danger. So your body puts you at that point where your heart rates are elevated, you are in a stress mood, stress response. Taking deep breath is telling your brain that everything is fine and telling your brain to slow down. Because when you are under a lot of stress, your body is pumping more blood, your heart is pumping and everything. But the simple way to slow yourself down is to take a deep breath. So I want to teach us how to take proper breaths. And I would encourage you to do this during one day when it's getting overwhelming. Take 10 minutes, take 5 minutes to just take a deep breath. You're finding hard to sleep at night. Just take some short break and take a deep breath. So I'm going to do the mindfulness thing. So I'm going to teach us, it's called box breathing. So it's box breathing because we're going to count in pause. So you're going to take a deep breath in pause. You count, take in four, slowly. You hold your breath for another 4 counts. You exhale in 4 counts and you hold again in 4 counts. You get that? So imagine in your mind that you're building a block, a box. So 4 counts inhale, 4 counts hold, 4 counts exhale, 4 counts hold. But first, we're going to learn how to breathe properly. So everybody, your hands and your tummy. So first of all, I need you to sit in a very comfortable position. If you're holding anything, you can keep it aside. But just make sure that you are feeling as comfortable as possible. I need us to be very comfortable. Okay. Now the right way to breathe, your hands on your tummy. You're going to fill your tummy with air like a balloon. For those who have babies or who have seen babies before when they're sleeping, notice that when they're sleeping, when they breathe in, their tummy goes up. And when they breathe down, it comes down. That's the natural way to breathe. That way you are getting more oxygen into your body. Don't worry, you're gonna feel very tense now because it's probably the first time you're doing it, right? But you're gonna learn it. And that's why I say do it every day. So like it becomes like second nature to you. You become used to it. So let's try. So take a deep breath now. Breathe in everybody. Remember you're feeling your tummy with air and breathe out. Your chest is not supposed to go up. Your chest is going up, you're not doing it properly. So let's try again. So take in, breathe in and out. Okay. How many of us were able to do it? You felt that? You felt that? So now we're going to count. I'm going to count in four. So you can shut your eyes. Don't worry. Nobody will steal anything. Nobody will kidnap you, I promise. Because I was in a meeting and I asked me to do this and I thought someone was that. She was like, why? No, that was not. I didn't do that. She said, no, I don't feel safe. Please just see. And hopefully, at least. All right, so let's try again. So everyone should close your eyes, feel free, release your hands, release your legs. Just be calm. I need to be in a calm state. You don't need to be doing it. Don't worry. Breathe now. And begin breathe now. You don't feel. But you can join in as well. Not yours. So let's try that. So, so close your eyes and be comfortable. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. Counting one. So wait, everybody, be quiet now. You look very scared. Don't worry, so that I'm trying to get you to relax. I don't want you to be stressed at all. So don't worry, relax. Don't be uptight. Be yourself. Now, before we go and count, right? But I'm counting in four, and I'm going to count it very slowly. So it means that you take your air in slowly. If you rush it, you gas out. So you're taking in your air slowly, and you're taking it out slowly as well. Usually we do 7 counts, but for let's do 4 counts. So let's go. Breathe in. So I'm counting. One, two, three, four. Hold. One, two, three, four. Release. One, two, three, four. Hold. One, two, three, four. Release. Breathe in again. One, two, three, four. Hold. One, two, three, four. Exhale. One, two. At the first count, just tell yourself to relax. Four. Take count. Relax. Hold again. One, two, three, and four. Relax. Breathe in again. One, two, three, four. Hold. One. Count in your mind. I'm going to stop counting now. Hold again. All right, release. How do you feel about it? Yeah? You feel what? Make you feel calm. So that's the way of calming everything. This thing works to help you relax. Gives you a reset. You know that the feeling is that feeling of, you know how your body shuts you down when you are really tired. You are sleeping for a while, your body just shuts you down. You just have this power nap of 5 minutes. You just wake up and you feel like, hey, can I just sleep? And you know, it's as if you have slept for a long time. It gives you that reset. So train yourself to breathe. You will always have your breath with you. In that panic situation, when you are overwhelmed, your breath will always sometimes just take a break before you respond, before you do anything. Just take a break and give yourself 10 minutes. Just breathing in and out. You can lie down doing it, you can sit down doing it, but make sure that you're sitting in a very comfortable state and just do it. Right? Hopefully that's enough. So thank you everybody. Thank you so much, Gloria Lisa. You agree with me that that's a wonderful session, right? How many of us are feeling good after that prayer? Was it easy? It wasn't, right? At the point I was like, she said this is supposed to make me feel good. Thank you so much. That was amazing. And I've learned a lot of things. I tell you, burnout is real. Like, I used to feel like it's a myth or something, but yeah, and we just thank you so much. Any question? We'll take just two questions. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the presentation. I have a question. I want to find out again fruits of foods that help to manage stress. Are there specific fruits or foods that can help to manage stress? Any other question?
So, of course, teachers are always occupied with a lot of work, so trying to be left of children, also trying to give them some evaluation and not busy and they're not tasks, which is not any, I don't see it as anything. But in that moment where you're giving deadlines and you have to meet up with deadlines, and you're overwhelmed, but it's what you're being paid to do. I'm just asking, how do you find the balance? This is what you're paid to. I'm not saying you're paid to overwork yourself, but then you're paid to carry out certain tasks for school. And sometimes you even find yourself taking some work home and all of that. So I just want to ask, how do you find the balance that you don't appear irresponsible to the organization and you are not also feeling yourself stressed?
Okay, so about foods that can help you. So first of all, when it comes to stress, right, it's more about moving your activity. So rather than thinking about food that will help you not to get stress, I think you should check with your stressor. Rather to check with your stressor. So this is how it is. So imagine that um, let's use medicine now, drugs. You're taking drugs. Okay, so people do anxiety medication, right? People have anxiety and depression, and they take medication for it. Now, let me tell you what medication does. Medication helps you. So when you are feeling anxious and all, medication helps you to calm down your heart rate, like what is breathing exercise I know now. Help you to calm down, help you to sleep better, help you not to feel when you are sad, it's dopamine, you are no longer as sad as people that drink alcohol, for example, when they say when they are going through struggle, they go and drink. They drink alcohol, it releases dopamine, they feel better. But the problem, the root cause of that anxiety and that depression is still there, it has not been dealt with. So the problem with the question you're asking is you are stressed. There are many things going on. You are stressed and you're eating food so that the food is going to go and erase the stress. No, that food you're going to go to the toilet and it's going to go out, and that stress is still there, right? So rather than think about foods that will help you to help your stress level, it's better to start by identifying what your stressors are. I don't know if I mentioned that. Identify what your stressors are and then find a way around them. There are things that you can let go, eliminate them. There are some things that you need to manage, you need to work around them, then go ahead and work around them. Foods that can help you, however, foods that are rich, have high fat content, watermelon, cucumber, apples, oranges, they are all good. All fruits are good for you and they're safe. So eat them. Eat your veggies, have your balanced diet, eat fruits, eat carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are good too. Right? The thing is you have to balance it. Because as a teacher, you're doing a lot of school work, so you need energy as well. So just manage your diet, make sure that you're having proper portion of all kinds of food that can actually help you. There's some food that however that have been said to be happy food, bites of chocolate and some other things that with hot cocoa and all, they can actually help to calm down. If the way you're having a stressful day, you can take hot chocolate and all that, they also help you. So all foods are helpful. They have what they do, right? So that you don't feel like, oh, I need to focus on eating watermelon. So I'm eating watermelon. I can be climbing mountain and watermelon is there to help me. So you need to balance it out. So for your question about having some expectations from school, my first question would be, are these expectations realistic? Now your question seems like that kind of question that we need to answer on a one-on-one basis. Because I will need to ask some questions about what kind of tax are they giving to you, what is happening. Because the truth is, that tax might not be, it might just be above your capacity for many reasons. It could be that you don't have enough skill for the tax that makes it overwhelming. It could be that you probably don't have the physical energy for that kind of tax. But you need to find out why it's a lot of stress for you. Could it be the deadline, the timing when it is brought up? I was a teacher before and I know that sometimes I know as a teacher then when I was teaching, I don't know how it is in other schools, but then my school, we know that before school resumes, 1 week before resumption, teachers resume to come and prepare lesson notes and to arrange their classroom. And they do that till midterm. And midterm, we do that again to prepare for the next term. Then in my school, I have this team of work for the 12 weeks, right? So even though this midterm was supposed to be doing scheme of work, me every week I try to do one. Like I've done so because before the beginning of the term, I've done week 1 to week 6. I've been at the mid before midterm, I'm almost done with my lesson notes for the second half because I've been doing it every week. So I don't wait until when they ask the teachers, oh, let's gather together and start doing lesson notes. It's going to overwhelm me. But at that time, I'm taking so that week when we're in school, I'm listening to arrange my class. I'm drawing butterfly. I'm painting colors in my class because I've had enough time to do it. So take that task and break it down. What is it about the task? It is that I don't really have the skill for this. I've been in that position. My boss, where it's for, my boss would come and he would, how I became good at what I do. What I say for myself, I think I'm an amazing psychologist. But it didn't start here, right? Now, how I became good at this, my boss would come, my boss would go and get a very big, like a private organization. My boss would get a top guy, you know, this guy, a rich man, a big man. Just get the guy, you just call them, say, Gloria, please come to my office, and I'll come and I'll sit down and defend this guy. He's like, oh, Gloria, this is Gloria. Gloria is very good. She's an amazing psychologist. And I don't know anything about what they're talking about. Oh, she's going to be handling it. So Gloria, you'll be handling it with this man for the next 12 weeks. And I'm looking at my boss and I'm looking at the man like, hey, what's the problem? What's going on here? I'm in trouble. But guess what? I will go out and I will go back and go and read about that thing. But I tell the people, man, some of them, my boss will come and he just will drop some materials on my table and say, bah, there's a client coming in tomorrow. I need you to carry this client. I don't have an idea. I started reading myself. I started looking for trainings, training myself. So I know those first clients, so for every activity I do, my first clients are first lab rats. I'll use to practice. I'll fail and I'll get better at it. But then I beat myself and I'm better at it now. I can do it. If I'm sleeping and you wake me and say, go and sleep. I'll activity, but you do stuff like that. So if the class that you're not so good at, right, then you need to learn to do on it. Then another thing that I think might be a problem is communication. Many of us, and this is not just teachers, workers generally, we don't know how to communicate. You have to be able to assert yourself. Communication skills is very important. Because sometimes the task might actually be unrealistic. But how do you communicate that it's unrealistic? You need to communicate that with your provider to say, oh ma, and you can only do that. I noticed that a lot of teachers they actually just go out, they don't die as underdogs because and those teachers are amazing teachers, they are doing so much. But do they know what you are doing? You need to bring yourself out. See, your profession, if you want to grow in any profession, you can't be an introvert. You can be an introvert as a person, but for your work and your career field, you can't be an introvert. You have to let them know your value and what you bring. Now, one thing I try to do is anything I do, I do louder. And I learned it also, I learned from one of my mentors. See, oh, Gloria, we need you to write this and this. Next morning, oh my God, man, do you know that this thing I had this speaker, it took me 12 hours to do this. You have to blow your trumpet. Nobody is going to blow it for you. I know you're trying to be modest, but you need to know that, see, there's one thing to impact, there's another thing for them to feel your impact. And the only way people can know that you're doing something is because you have to be loud about it. Oh, teachers, in the meetings, when they're having teachers meetings, do you speak out? Do you talk? Or do you just keep quiet? Let me add myself, let me look at you. Then speak up. Say, excuse me, I have an idea. Bring out idea. Be that creative person. Be someone that they see, let them see you. Allow your supervisor that matter see you. Let them see you for what you are. If there's something you do for your kids, I used to do it. I was the first time that started with my students. I noticed that like the thing that teachers do in my class. Then I'll use my phone and I'll video what's going on. We're doing one interesting activity, maybe story time. I'll video it and I'll use InShot and I'll give a video and I'll join all the videos together and I'll post it on parents' platform. I say, oh, grade 2 students doing this. Valentine's Day. I'm thinking of something for Valentine's. It's not in the school curriculum. But I'm going out on my way to do that. Go and do something interesting. I got my kids to do, oh, this is, sometimes I send it to the owner of the school. I just send it to her so that she will see that look at what my children are doing. So if every time they come, they're saying Miss Gloria, Miss Gloria, Miss Gloria, Miss Gloria, Miss Gloria, Miss Gloria. If Miss Gloria comes tomorrow and say, ma, this work is enough. Can you give me an extension? I don't think I can finish up in 1 week. Can I have to the end of so and so time to do? They will feel like, oh, Miss Gloria actually is really busy because she's doing so much. So it's a thing of communication, the thing of so that's why I said it's like a one-on-one conversation because I will need to ask some questions about what's going on around, what's the nature of the work. Because sometimes, honestly, it can be the work. Some work environments are very toxic. I agree. Totally. Right? But sometimes it may be how you're remember what I said at the beginning that the stressor is the stressor. Everybody is going through the same level of or everybody will go through that same level of stress. It now depends on how you are handling that stressor. Sometimes the stressor might be the problem, but sometimes it might not be the stressor itself. And if you want to grow, sometimes big tasks are actually good for you. Like someone that got a job saying, I said, here, there's some jobs that I take for my growth. There's some jobs, but those kind of jobs, I give them a timeline. I tell myself that I'm going to be in this place for 1 year. So that 1 year, I'll do it after 1 year. There's some places like that. And it's going to be like that if you are successfully if you're just doing your career. You need to go through that, or you need to learn to manage it. You can reach out to people and talk about it. Or you can get somebody to sit down with you and analyze the situation. Maybe they will share some ideas that can help or help you to walk around it. Right? Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're supposed to take one more question, but our time is fast spent. Please drop it on the platform. Send it to Miss Gloria, and I'm sure she will address it. Please let's give her one more round of applause. Thank you so much.
So stress is part of life. EU stress.
Okay, so if they get the session, my contact.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
EU stress is good. This stress is bad. But because stress is part of life, what you have to do is identify your stressors and manage the stress. I don't know where you got, but that's in a nutshell. Okay? Are we learning something? Are you sure? You are not showing it. Can we please show that we are learning something?
Mr. Leslie, in the next session, we're going to take questions because we always ask our students, what did you learn? What did you do? I'm going to ask questions in the next session. Okay, so they are ready for me. Wow. Well done.
All right. So we've been talking about our mental health. Stress, burnout has to do with both physical and mental health. This time around, we want to focus on the mental health facts of our well-being. So the topic is teaching mental health and wellness of the classroom. And to do justice to this topic, may I invite Ms. Clementina Sanya.
Okay, so while Miss Clementine Sonia is coming, you have to give her a big round of applause. She came all the way from the United Kingdom just to be here to talk to you. So it's not easy. I'm going to read her bio. Clementine Sonia, a dedicated child welfare specialist based in the UK, has led a life driven by profound love for children and a commitment to making a difference in their lives. Our journey began with a childhood marked by trauma, which ignited in her a passionate desire to improve the well-being of children everywhere. Driven by this passion, Clementine embarked on a journey of education and self-discovery. She pursued a degree in childhood and youth studies at the esteemed University of Sussex in Brighton, UK. This academic foundation provided her with a deep understanding of the complexities of childhood development, psychology, and social dynamics, shaping her into a knowledgeable and empathetic advocate for children's rights. Clementine's dedication to continuous learning is evident in her numerous certifications in various aspects of child welfare, including mental health in children, safeguarding, child protection, and ADHD awareness, among others. This certification not only enhances her expertise, but also reflects our unwavering commitment to staying abreast of the latest advancements and best practices in our field. Throughout her career, Clementine has touched the lives of children from diverse backgrounds and continents worldwide. Our work has not only impacted individual children, but has also contributed to broader initiatives aimed at improving the overall well-being and future prospects of young minds globally. One of Clementine's most significant achievements is the establishment of a school dedicated to early years education. This initiative stems from her belief that the foundation of a child's education is crucial in shaping their future successes and happiness. Our school embodies our core values of nurturing creativity, fostering a love for learning, and providing a safe and supportive environment for the children to thrive. Clementine's philosophy is encapsulated in her poignant quote: "The best education comes with a price that must be paid." Clementine Sawyer, unlocking creativity begins with little fingers in action, little hands, big mind, endless possibility. Through our words and actions, Clementine Sawyer continues to inspire others and leaves an indelible mark on the world of child welfare and education. So with a standing ovation, let us give it up for Mrs. Clementine Sawyer. You're welcome and we are so happy to have you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. When I was actually listening to everything that was being said, I was wondering, is that me? But it's so good to be in your midst this morning, it's afternoon or evening already. But I'm super excited to be in your midst this morning. So let's put it in. Because the weather is quite deceiving, right? So, first of all, I really want to appreciate the organizers of this great event. And I'm thinking to myself, why don't we have all the chairs filled up? I believe that all of us belong to a school. And I believe that if you love good things, you should drag your neighbor to it. The best way to make the world a better place is if everybody has the same mind with you and are acting towards that mindset. So if I have a mindset that I want to be a great teacher, that means I should be able to have other people with the same mindset. But if I'm the only one building that ideology, that means I'm building alone. Other people will not get the ideology and they can destroy it easily. So I want to challenge everyone seated here today to come with somebody for tomorrow. You must be enjoying the session. Aren't we enjoying the session? Thank you so much. So sorry, my fan is moving. So first of all start by appreciating my husband, who is not here, because he has given me polio. For him to release me all the way to this place, and he's taking care of the children wherever he is. Please appreciate him. Because it's not easy. Where I come from, childcare is a big deal over there. Childcare is really a big deal. So now, classroom without walls. When I saw this thing, the first thing that came to my mind is thinking about what a wall is. Now we're in this hall. We have walls around. Do you see yourself going through the wall? No. So you're limited to this hall. You are limited already. So classroom without walls is a classroom with no limitations. It's a classroom with no limitations. If I have a classroom, as a teacher, what is that one thing you really want to achieve in the life of your children? For me, I feel like every child that comes across you should be a child that you really impacted. It shouldn't be that a child will pass through you without doing something. I understand that the system makes it in a way that once a child is with you for a time or for a section, the child moves on to another class, the next section. That's understandable. But within that period of time, that 1 year when the child is with you, what have you been able to do in the life of that child? I can't meet with you today and there is no one I've come across with that doesn't feel my impact. Once I'm meeting you for the first time, you should be able to give something. I don't leave you empty-handed. I don't leave you less than you came to me. I try as much as possible to impact or rub minds with you. So that makes my meeting you a great one for me. So now thinking about child classroom without what is thinking about your classroom without limitation. So when you're coming for this program, everything you should be thinking about is your classroom with no limitation. Now, when I was giving this topic, mental well-being, it's a topic that I really love. Having come from a background of a psychologist, now thriving as a child welfare specialist in the UK. Let me give you a bit of a background. I came from a childhood traumatized background. So I can't understand when I kind of feel the pulse of children when I feel like the child is being traumatized. And I must confess, the education system in Nigeria is not really doing justice to it. But I'm glad you're here because you are the one starting the change that we need to see. We can't keep waiting for the government to do the change that we want to see. The change starts from us. I tell my teachers beside, if I can have 20 children, 20, just 20 is enough for me. go to become better people in their economy. Those 20 will multiply to 40. Those 40 will multiply to 60. And that's how the change starts from. We can't keep saying, oh, the government is not doing anything, the government is not. What are you doing in all honesty? What are you doing? So now back to my mental well-being. You need to be all right as a teacher to manage classroom. Let me give this philosophy, or let me give this line. Imagine you have a doctor in your classroom, you have a president in the same room, you have an engineer in the same room, you have a teacher, and at the same time, you're trying to impact these people in these various fields. For lack of better word, please permit me to be a bit of a Nigerian today. Are you normal? Trying to impact this set of children, guiding them to that right. I want you to be a doctor. You're following this lane as a doctor. Or you are following this lane as an engineer. You're following this lane as an electrical engineer or whatsoever profession you want to be. You're following this lane and all of them are in one classroom. Trust me, as a teacher, you need to be mentally okay to be able to do that. So it's not a topic that happened by chance. It's something that I'm happy that is happening now because this is summertime before you go back to your classroom. I want to go back to my notes. Sorry. So before I start, I want to crack down the education system in Nigeria. And I love to have interactive sections. So permit me if I'm asking you questions. That's the best way. So I'm a teacher before. So you know when you are trying to teach a child a topic, you need the child to engage with you. If you can tell me the issues that the education system is facing right now as a teacher, start from the standpoint of a teacher. The problem you face in your classroom as a teacher that might be affecting your mental health. Anyone? Sorry? Learning differences. So that's one. Any other person? Personalize it, please. Like you yourself. Overloaded curriculum. That's a very key thing. Any other same thing. Any other one? Any other one? Come on, teachers. Are we paid well? Oh my God, please, 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 please. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Any other one? Thank you so much. Inadequate monitoring by the management. Any other one?
Lack of facilities for practicals.
Lack of facilities for practicals. Poor welfare. Now you're speaking to yourself. That's what I want. Any other one? If Lama can get me.
Poor system and organization.
Poor system. Trust me, if we continue, we'll not live here. Now I'm addressing teachers. Your profession is the least paid profession. But you know you're doing the greatest job. The president passed through you. The doctor passed through you. Every profession you see to you passed through you. But to you, you feel like you're not well deserving. Imagine a teacher working for 40,000 naira. Let me give that as an instance. You're working for 40,000 naira. You get home, you get paid at the end of the month 40,000 naira. You get to eat for 20,000 naira in a month. You're left with 20,000 naira. You get to save 5,000 naira. Let's just imagine 5,000 naira. Then you get to, your body is working, so you want this and you'll be sick in your body. You get to pay maybe drugs 5,000 naira. Transport yourself to school. At the end of the day, it's not enough. Don't you think your mental health will be affected? Because you're thinking to yourself, how do I function? How do I cope? The economy is not looking at you, it's not being fair to you. How do you cope? How do you juggle? Then you have a sibling calling you, Auntie, please send me 5,200 naira credits. My daughter, I never chop, oh, send me money. Or you have children, you need to cater for them. There is no way your mental health will be at peace. And trust me, most teachers transfer their aggressions on the children. You can be teaching a child 2 plus 2 is 4. You don't know when you are not teaching and when you're teaching. When you're telling a child 2 plus 2 is 4, you're giving a child a theory. You're not practicalizing it. Just know 2 plus 2 is 4. And when the child does not know 2 plus 2 is 4, you're frustrated. You're beating the child. How come I've been teaching you this thing? For the past 1 week, you've not been learning. 2 plus 2 is 4. Really? It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot, in all honesty. It is a whole lot. But as a teacher, there are ways you can manage your mental health in the classroom. So I've just painted a scenario for you that we will be dissecting today. So it's a whole lot that sometimes most teachers don't know they are raising children who are not lovers of education, but children who are cramming just because my teacher is going to beat me if I don't get this. And trust me, when you create that wall in the life of the child, you can't break through, you can't penetrate that child. It's not possible. You won't be able to penetrate that child. That is what I will be discussing with you for the next couple of minutes. The mental well-being of you as a teacher. Now we've cracked down the education system and we've cracked down a lot of things. Being able to know these are the challenges we face. Imagine you're in a classroom. So I'm going to use this place as a classroom. Like they are not so much. So imagine you're in a classroom, you're teaching children. Are you able to perceive when your child is throwing tantrums and when the child is having a meltdown? Do we know children throw tantrums? Do we know? Oh, come on, answer me. I like it when you're being responsive this morning. Do we know? They don't throw tantrums, right? Do you know when a child is having a meltdown? Do you know when a child is having a meltdown? Do you know when a child is being traumatized from home? We do. So now, let me make you a teacher who can also be a psychologist. I was teaching in a school in Abuja, and I had this particular child. Every time I give the child home phone, the child comes back with the home phone undone. Now, I love what the question the lady at the back asked then. When a school owner has a lot of expectations from a teacher. In all honesty, your profession is really a hard one because school owners are depending on you to produce the right pupils. You have a lot of expectations from even parents. Thank you. You have a lot of expectations from even yourself. So it looks like you're carrying a heavy shoulders. But there are ways you can manage these expectations. I'm a school owner, but I'm a school owner with a difference. I will tell you why. Because I'm a school owner that passed through as a teacher. So before I opened my school, I was not a teacher. I understood the expectations that most school owners have. But sometimes, do you know that some of the teachers are the causes of all these things? because it's just like a bad apple. If I put apple here and the apple gets spoiled, do you think I want to put the apple there again? I wouldn't. So most teachers have traumatized school owners. When they give them free, they call it free hand, they make the worst part of it. I've had to deal with it a lot. Sometimes when I root for my teachers, I keep having people tell me, you can't do this. You're not in Nigeria. You don't use the mentality of the UK you can't. And I said, why can't I? Teachers are humans. The only thing I tell my teachers is, you do yourself when you don't produce the right children. Because the parents are looking up to you to produce the right child. I'm only giving you the resources, the platform to showcase yourself as a teacher. And when you do well, parents often compensate you, in all honesty. So now, for your own mental health, back to the story, the child is always coming back with own funds not being done. And I'm trying my best to understand why. But you know that as a teacher, sometimes when a child comes back with an undone home form, we often say the child just plays. That's the excuse we give to that child. But we talk about the reason why that child is always coming back with an undone home form. Now, all I did was to draw the child close to me. When you don't do your own fun, when you come to school in the morning, you have the desk beside you. You sit down there and you must do that own fun. So when you do that, and I do tell my parents, don't do your child own fun, because if you do your child own fun, I won't be able to analyze how these children are doing. I taught a subject. The own fun is to help me evaluate if this subject that is being taught have done justice to it. In my school, I had a rule, and trust me, school owners can be a lot, but you know that there are ways to lobby the school owner. My school owner will always come to me and say, Miss Lemetime, how come you've been in week 3 in mathematics? And I asked her a question. Ma'am, the children, I'm working with children's pace. I'm working at their pace. I can't move to the next topic. Because some of this curriculum, you have addition and subtraction, multiplication, word problem, fraction. If I say addition and subtraction, how would I be able to go into fraction that also has addition and subtraction? So if I'm moving and skipping, I will still meet that thing I'm running away from in front. But if I do justice to that addition and subtraction, when it comes to fraction, it's easy for me. So all these things are step by step. I say, Mom, until I'm done with this. Sometimes she'll say, parents, I say, Mom, please, can I speak to the parents? Trust me on this. I will. And that was because I had passion for the children. I had genuine passion. So you need to ask yourself, this profession you're doing, are you passionate about the profession, or you're doing it because there is that your dream? Being a doctor or an engineer did not happen. So you just wanted to become a teacher just to buy any time. School owners know passionate teachers. In all honesty, they know passionate teacher. When they get a passionate teacher, they can tell. Because as a passionate teacher, you are able to manage a school. A school owner will not chase you away from a school or have issues with you if you are doing a good job. If you're doing a good job, they won't chase you away. They want to retain you, they want to keep you. So I'm like, okay, ma'am, give me these parents. Let me talk to them. I was refused access to this parent. One thing I want to leave you with as a teacher, be persistent. Don't give up. Be persistent. Because you got a no the first time, does not mean you can't go back. You can't. I was denied having access to the parents of my classroom. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I waited till open day. Nobody will deny me access. Open day is teacher. Oh yeah, school owner, come and be there. When you finish with grade 1, you go to grade 3, you go to, at the same time, can you divide the 7 to 5? You will not. So I waited till open day. You must be strategic. Be persistent. First of all, you need to be passionate. Understand what profession you're doing. You must be persistent and you must be strategic. Because you got a no the first time does not mean you can't try again. And I waited earnestly. And I said, I'm going off my topic, but I think I work with the Spirit of God. I'm so sorry. I just feel like somebody here might need this. If you didn't like anything today, you might need this because these are how I love these favors. And this is how you grow. I just told how do you handle parents, especially difficult parents. I told the parent, I said, Ma, your child is doing exceptionally well there. You start with telling the parent where the child is doing well. You don't bring the problem first to the parents. Just like you, like I come and tell you, you are not doing anything, you've never done anything. You will never want to listen to the next thing I want to say. Your mind is already closed up already. But when I come to tell you, Miss Bisola, you are doing an amazing job. I love how you handle the children every morning. I love how you do your second time. I love how you do this. However, do you know that you are eager to know that however? And even when I mention that however, do you know you will want to adjust? Just because you know that somebody is recognizing the good things you're doing. And I said, your child is doing well here, your child is doing well here. However, as a class, I don't make the parents think that the child is the only, I don't make parents think that, okay, our class, we are not progressing. I tell them we are progressing, but you see this, we need to get this before we can go forward. And no parent that doesn't want the best for their child. Imagine you gave birth to a child 9 months. You wouldn't want rubbish for your child. I used to tell people, I say, I'm money they have. If they get money, they will find their children from what this country goes through. Forget waiting. Even parents know. Parents know what is good and what is bad. So forget that they are coming to give you trouble. They do know. Deep down in their hearts, they know. They know. Back to that child. Long story short, we found out that that child is from a single mom who was passing an aggression to the child because of the father. So when the child gets home, the child is made to do chores. And because of the chores, the child gets tired and doesn't even do his homework. So imagine if I was a teacher then and I'm always flogging the child. Why didn't you do your own phone? Why didn't you do your own phone? Do you know, the more I do that, the more I'm keeping the fire for that child to learn. So you need to identify what is the root cause. Some children, they don't have any root cause. Some children is just maybe the way you need to the way you need to pass the message. And these are the things I teach my teachers. And I tell my teacher, make these children like your own. The moment you make the children your own, it's easy to teach them. Children know when they are loved. Children know when they are loved. I tell somebody, if I bring a child now and I spank a child, do you know if you're spanking a child not out of love, they know. They know when they are loved. I have a parent called me and said, when my daughter comes back from school, she's always rushing to go and do her own form. Why? She said if she doesn't do her own form, Miss Quality will not be happy with her. And I was laughing because I could tell that that is a child that the teacher has transferred love to. I have a rule, don't beat a child in my school. We don't use cane. They are more disciplined. But when I mentioned it, when I started there, my teacher said, hey, man, you want to carry your global UK and come here. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's going to work. If we can do it over there and it's working and it's producing good children, why can't we do it here? The rod is a short-term based operation. It will only work for a while, but it will still play in line with that child. And the child will not want to learn. I hope I'm not speaking amiss and you're getting something to say. Okay, so I have this quote here where I said, and it's from Nelson Mandela. He said, education is the most powerful weapon which can change the world. Imagine if we are bunch of, if we are not educated here. Just imagine, just give a wild guess. Uneducated people in a room. Do you know we'll be blabbing to ourselves? Sometimes we don't even understand ourselves. You're understanding me because you're educated. You're understanding me because you understand English. You're understanding me, you're listening to me because you know the importance of education. You're understanding me, you're here for this conference, you're not sitting down in your houses, you're not sleeping, you're sitting down listening to me because you know that this is very important. So I said, what happens when a child is holding a weapon, is holding that weapon, and is emotionally unwell? So if Nelson Mandela says education is the greatest weapon that can change the world, so imagine weapon is like what can we use as a, let's say a pistol. Imagine the weapon is a pistol. Now let's imagine if that child is emotionally unwell. Okay, let me give you a child. Can you imagine giving a madman a pistol? Okay, what will happen? You will what? You kill everybody, right? Okay. So now imagine giving a child education and the child is emotionally unwell. There is nothing you can do. The same way you're imagining a madman with a pistol is the same way a child who is not emotionally alright. See, it's like you're pouring water in a basket. All your efforts, everything is just going away. And you ask yourself, at the end of the day, I don't know how many of you as a teacher do evaluation. I do evaluation. I evaluate myself every half of the year and the second half of the year. I just evaluate myself. Let me run. Anyway, I stop today. We are going to continue tomorrow. So I've shared a story. I want to play a game with you all. I think I didn't make provision for this. So let me try as much as possible to see if I can do this mind game. If it's going to work. Pick two emotional I'm supposed to do it on a piece of paper, but let me just imagine. Can I have like four people? Four people, please volunteer for me. Just four volunteers. Please come out if you can volunteer, please. Four people volunteer. Please come out. Thank you. Four volunteers, please. Just four. Thank you. Please clap for these people that are coming out. It's not easy to volunteer. Please, can I have two of you here too? Currently, let's imagine that your brain is not being serious. Just imagine that. Imagine the struggles you're going through. Imagine pick two struggles presently you're going through. Tell me the struggles. Or pick randomly. I'm supposed to have a paper. But just no, I don't want you to use it. I just whisper it in his ear. Whisper it in his ear. It will 100,000. Okay? As you reach that age now, somebody gave me a scenario. Anything at all, just anything. Emotionally that is weighing me down. Or emotionally that can weigh somebody down. Just tell me the same. Can you do the same thing? Just only one person. I need one person to tell one person. Have you told you? She done. She's done. Okay, now I'm going to swap with you. You come in. You go there. So you know what I'm doing, right? She has told her challenges, right? And he has told her his challenges, right? So now this is like a heavy burden they are going to carry, right? Now ask her to carry his body and him to carry her body. Now tell me the body is going to be carried. If you think it's big, just shout ah. Tell her his own body. Yeah. You carry it. Can you carry it? Can you carry our body? Okay, you go fit carry it.
I think the way the question comes to me was where I was like, plainly now.
So now, thank you so much. You can go back to your seat. Thank you so much. Please clap for them. Please clap for them, please. So now, if I have a paper, I would have told you to write it out, everybody. I'll shuffle it, right? And I'll ask you to pick someone's name. Do you think you can be able to lift that body? That is how your children are. When they walk into your classroom door, they have a lot they are carrying. A lot. A lot. Now, for you to pick up those body as a teacher, let parents need to use this word, shepherd family. You want to keep. It's teaching job I signed up for. I didn't sign up for 100 ways to be a teacher. But you can. There are ways you can help these children. You can help them. It starts by teaching them their emotions. Emotions. How many of you in your classroom do you have an emotional wall chart? How many of you here you have an emotional wall chart in your classroom? How many of you? I can see somebody raising their hand up. Please, can you get the mic to her? See, I love teaching. The best way to teach is when we are learning from one another. So she has an emotional wall chart in her classroom. I want her to tell us how she's using the emotional wall chart in her classroom. Thank you so much, ma'am. Out of everybody here, you're the only one that have emotional wall chart. Please clap for her. Please clap for her. No, I don't want to go coaches like that. That's my Thank you, ma'am, for the presentation. The way I use my emotional part, I use animations, picture form. You know, these children, sometimes you don't tell them anything. Like in my class, I have different categories of children. I have the ADHD children, I have the dyslexia children, and what I come to discover is that these children
has a high tendency of emotional disruption. Actually, maybe from the house or something, which will not actually make them actually perform in the class. So I went online and I searched, and that was how I got to the emotional track. I have about 6 of them. So once they come, and I'm saying that like there's something wrong this morning, I'll just the emotional stuff is there. Some of them, like we even adults, if like facilitator or something to us, any question, we tend to hide and shy away from what we want to say. Likewise, the children as well. So with that emotional chat, they'll be able to write something there. I know as a teacher, you would have presumed that. Then later, you have a one-on-one chat with that child. So from there, you begin to understand what is actually the problem. And from that place, you'll be able to capture one or two things about the child, and you are there with a pleasant result.
Thank you so much. Emotional warfare, you can use it anywhere, whichever way you want. Now, as a teacher, I want you to go home with this. I know how difficult it is for people to say, the school I not get am now. Why you say that people carry out for my head? I'm in school. No. Remove that ideology. One day you will want to have your own school. Don't you? Do you want to have your own school? You're not doing it for the school owner. You're doing it for yourself. You're preparing yourself. Now, for this emotional warfare, you can do. There's somebody I love so much. I think the first time I met her, what caught my attention about her is how she creatively does things. She can recycle things. I'm sure you'll be meeting her in this session. And that's Messi, ultra creative. You don't need to buy so much. You can make things from recycled papers. You don't need to do a whole lot of things. But one thing you can do is having that thing as a poster. When your child is walking into your class after an assembly, you could make it a drill. Ask all your children to step out. And while they're coming into the class, you can say, how do you want to be greeted today? You give the child a warm reception into the classroom. Now, imagine that child has been beaten in the morning to eat their food in the morning. And they're angry already. By the time you are asking them, how do you want to be greeted in the morning? Do you want to have a handshake, a hug, or a high five? The child picks, oh, I just want a hug. Do you know that hug alone does something? An assignment I really want you to go home today is go and study about hugging. Hugging. There is a psychological a psychology that has to do with hugging. When you give somebody a warm hug, please let me know that's boy psychology because it's been a long time I did it. It's either oxytocin, it releases oxytocin, or it has something to do with your dopamine. I don't know which of them, but it's what's researching on. So if the child says, I want a hug, you bend and give the child a hug. I know when male teachers, giving a child a hug. So if it's lower children, you can. If it's not, you give the child a handshake, depending on whichever is better for you. That is the first step. Usher that child into a good classroom, right? Now, like she rightly said, some children don't know how to express themselves. Some children, I like the lady that said part of the issue is having children with learning disabilities. Sometimes some children have learning disabilities and you don't know because that is actually also my field. So some children don't know how to express their emotion. You can have a sad face, probably after maybe 1 or 2 or 3 lessons. You could bring out your emotional charts and ask your children, how are you feeling today? Your children will think, I'm happy, I'm sad. It could be when you're entering the class after the first day, you have the list of your children. If there are 15, 20 parts, you can print this emotional chart, laminate it. You don't need to go to computer center to laminate. Do you know how to laminate your sellotape? You know, you guys know this thing. You laminate it. If it takes you 1 week to laminate it, laminate it. So when a child ticks, you can erase it and reuse it for the whole of that term. How are you feeling today? The child ticks it off. Or if a child is having a meltdown, when the child is having a meltdown, how do you handle meltdown for the child? The child can go to the emotional chat corner. Look around. Your pictorially, that child is understanding of, okay, these are my emotions. The first way for you to deal with a mental health issue is identifying the emotions. Some people, you ask them, how are you feeling today? Man, I just did. That I just did. They don't even know if they are sad, they are happy, they are stressed. They don't know. I just did. Some people add, I just did like today. But that's not how you're feeling. But you're not able to identify it. I like what the UK Secretary of Education said. She said something, but I may not quote it right, but a good education is determined by the quality of teachers. If the teachers are not sound, they are not good. Trust me, that classroom is going to be chaotic. It's really, really going to be what? Chaotic. Now, that's the emotional chart you can use. Your emotional chart are good and great instruments that you can also use. There is a quote here that I don't want to murder because I like the quote so much. Okay, so it says, no education system can be better than the quality of its teachers. Children don't get traumatized. They don't get traumatized. Do you know how you can traumatize a child? It's when they are traumatized by their own emotions and they are alone in it. Imagine when you had your first heartbreak. Your first heartbreak. You can't tell me you never had heartbreak. Please talk to me. When you have your go back, go back to that your first heartbreak when you had it. Now imagine when you are now alone in that your heartbreak. They now decided they will now play Love is Wicked. The tears will flow. So that's the same thing children will be. When they are what? When they are what? Alone. That trauma, when they want alone. This is my philosophy. I want to read out the mental health of a classroom using classroom objects. Okay, so I want to read this out for you. The pencil. I'm going to use the objects you can see in the classroom. So the pencil can actually be a pencil or a pen or anything. But write this down as a teacher and find a place to always use it anytime you're in classroom. The pencil is to make a mark, but soft enough to allow mistakes. The pencil is to make a mark, but soft enough to what? Allow mistakes. Now, as the pencil make a mark, children can show their tantrums. Please allow them to show their tantrums. Children can make a mistake. Don't tell them that they can't make a mistake. You're demoralizing the child. Don't tell the child, why did you make this mistake? Every time I'm always correcting you. No, please. Allow them to make mistakes. They learn from their mistakes. That's how they become better. Embrace the mistake and tell them, you've made a mistake, but you can correct it. Walk them through that correction. Guide them. Don't let them be alone. I've seen a teacher Teacher is marking, and probably she wrote water is good, but the child wrote water is God. Just because there's no one who, the teacher will just leave the paper. Is this what I wrote on the paper? No, now change it. You're not doing justice to that child. You call the child. I wrote water is good, but you wrote water is God. Can you see the mistake you've done? Now make that correction. Or you ask the child, bring your pencil. Now correct it. That child does not feel alone. You are telling that child it's okay what to make a mistake. When you have the same child in classroom, teaching will become fun for you. Imagine you have a classroom where you're working. People, do you know how happy you will be to even want to impact those children? You'll be very, very happy. That is for the pencil. Now for the eraser. The real eraser is for what? Second chance. It's for what? Second chance. When you erase something, does not mean you can't write again on it. When you what? Erase something, does not mean you can't write again on it. The only way I can pass this on to you is by using objects you have in your classroom. I understand that I'm not talking to only preschool teachers. So somebody will ask me now, you said erase is for second chance. But my children are using pen. See text is for second chance. So when you think something, always write something, right? So that is for you teaching older children. The ruler. The ruler is to set boundaries. Now, when you want to rule something, you set boundaries and not break the spirit of the child. So now, I'm not saying go to your classroom and become a favorite uncle without setting boundaries, because children know when you're weak. When you are a jovial favorite teacher, all my children know. Once I want to correct a child, I'm firm, I'm stern. I'm firm and stern. I'll tell you, stop that. And when I mean stop it, I mean stop it. I'm not laughing with you. I need you to stop. Did you see my face? Are you seeing my face? I am not saying, stop it, don't do it again. No, I'm not doing that. Because the child, in the child mind, the child is thinking, my teacher is not serious yet. But when I say stop, I mean stop. I need you to do this the right way. And I know you can do it because I know you have a sound mind and you will do it. Now, go back to what the child has gotten the message. When the child comes back, you say, yes, you've gotten it now. Next time, this is how I want you to what? Do this. But I wouldn't come and say, Temi Oluwa, why did you do this now? Is this what I taught you? Oh, because in TIC conference, it's the time I said we should be so. No, I'm not asking you to let down your guard. I'm only asking you to be emotionally sensitive to your children. But what? For the ruler, set your boundaries. What? Set your boundaries. Now, I'm talking about the chair now. The chair in your classroom is for everyone. So when I mean for everyone, I came up with this. So permit me if I'm explaining it the way I can. The chair is for everyone, meaning that don't have a favorite in your class. Please don't. Everyone is equal. Treat all your children equally. Don't have one favorite child. Oh, because Ayomide is always getting first. If you're brilliant, other children don't matter. Trust me, there's a way you can pass it on and the children will feel it. When you are always in the classroom, let me give you an instance. Some of you will do it here. You are in your class, just like Ayomide, as you can see, he did and you got first over 5. So I need you, you're already making the children know that you've singled out Ayomide. So don't. The check is for everyone. If you want to, you say, some of you in this class are brilliant. Don't single out a child.
Do you understand? And even if you must single out a child, single out both, have a mixture. So you say, oh,